Two Sheds Gabby back with another box of pennies. I picked these up Thursday with my 2 boxes of $half. That produced a nice lot of silver for me. I'll get started on this in a minute, but before I do, I was going through the house that I'm getting ready to move into, and I found this bag of pennies, and I'm going to see what it is first. I don't know what to expect at all, but I did notice that there was a little medicine vial that had just new pennies in it. So maybe the person just saved new pennies. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm going to open some of these up and see what we've got. Well, this first row is mostly just all the new shiny ones. There's a couple of other things in here. I'll see if I get a couple of copper coins out of it. Now with 2 rows to go, I even found a Canadian copper penny. 1994. Well, I got a wheat penny, a Canadian, 2 2009 memorials, and 13 ounces of copper. It's Saturday night, and my son is doing a couple of things for my wife, so while they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and open up a couple of rows. I probably won't get very far tonight, but we'll see what we can do. I'll start with this one with the wheat penny ender. Did I tell you that I had an ender with a Wheatie? I got one Wheatie. Cool beans. It looks a little bit pitted, but that's Wheatie number 1, just the same. 1948D. I think it's the 48S that I need for my book. Oh, look at the copper starting. And is everybody aware that copper pennies now are 3.18 cents each? Golly. What a jump. We've been saying it's going to happen. It just sometimes you got to be patient. 83, that's zinc. I'm not going to weigh that one. I think that's zinc too, but we'll weigh it anyway. I can't get it on there. It's been a crazy week. The service is over for my cousin. It just went great. It was just lots of people showed up. And the young preacher where my friend went to church just did a great job. Totally cool. Now we can kick back and kick back. Now we start getting ready for the move. Trying to get this place all fixed up to get it listed on the market and start getting some other things done at the house we're going to move into. But hopefully it doesn't have to all be a mad rush. I bought that other shed, and it's going to be delivered over there to that house next Tuesday, so I got to be there for that. Well, this is the second row, and there's the second wheat penny. 53D. Some dirty stuff there. Ah, Canadian. Nice. 1973. 98% copper. $82. I'll weigh it, even though I know. This is the 6th row and the 3rd wheat penny. 57D. Wheatie number 3. So today I've got a riddle for you. I heard it a long time ago. Some of you might have heard it. That's a nasty penny. And I'll give you the answer to it later in the video. And alright, I'll wait. I just dropped my phone. Zinc. Okay. What can go up a chimney down but can't go down a chimney up? Up a chimney down but can't go down a chimney up. That's your riddle. A couple rolls later, and here is my fourth wheat penny, 1944, Philadelphia. Oh, looky. Looks like a Canadian back there, too. Wheatie number 4, nice. Oh, that's an old one. Look how, that is nice condition there. Golly. A little bit of something going on in the front. Still really nice condition. Boy, that's super nice. Yeah. Really old. Another one. 12-sided. Cool beans. That's a good roll. Trying to think of all the stuff we've got to do. Oh my goodness. And all the while, I need to keep going through pennies and half dollars. Well, folks, this is I guess the 10th row and the 5th wheat penny already. Man, we've already got 3. Oh, what was 40D? We've already got 3 Canadian. I have an apology to make. Yeah. I guess it was about a month, maybe 2 months ago. I'm just getting barged in on here. And I read an article that said that, and they were talking about, whether or not they were going to quit making the penny in the United States or not. And this article said one of the reasons that they haven't is because it's a profitable coin for the U.S. to make. And I just ran with that. It's like, okay, that's interesting. I've done more research, and that's just a flat lie. It's one of the most expensive to make. The dime, I think I looked up, it's like less than a penny to make. So how in the world can a penny make more money making it than a dime? That's ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking. I just read the article and went with it. So I'm retracting that. Sorry about that. Hope you haven't told anybody. And that was my wife coming in. They're finished in there. So I'm going to get back out there and visit with them. And we'll get back to this probably tomorrow. Hello, folks. You may not feel the difference, but now it's Sunday evening. My son and grandson have gone home. They've texted me and let me know they've arrived safely. But anyway, here is a wheat penny. I'm still in the first half. I think I'm like 17 or 18 rolls in. And here's a wheat penny, number 6. Yeah, number 6. 1951D. Pretty cool. I mean, this looks like I got a decent shot at my 10. That's for sure. While I was at the memorial service of my cousin and friend, there's 3 brothers there. They were relatives. And someone else came in and said to one of them, "You look like your father." He chuckled and said, "Yeah," he said, "I look like my dad, and the second son, here, he looks like my mom." Said, "But the youngest, the third one, he looks like the mailman." And they all laughed. It was apparently a thing that they say frequently. I got a chuckle out of that one. This is the very, very next roll, and here is a 1955 Wheatie. That's number 7. That's good. Pretty cool. You guys remember John McCain? Ran for president a number of years ago. He was Republican with a blue coat, if I recall. Remember him? Yeah. Anyway, in 2017, he proposed a bill to eliminate the pennies for 10 years and then do a study to see if it was a good thing or a bad thing. But the bill never went anywhere and never happened. Hey, look at that. I'm going to say it's early 60s. Ooh, even better, 59. Nice. Another Canadian copper. That is so zinc. The copper has been pretty good. You know, the commodities, 82, everything's closed for the weekend, so it's still all the same. I'm curious to see what happens in the morning. Will it just stay the same? Will it go up? Will it fall back down a little bit? It's not uncommon when it makes a pretty good jump for it to fall back a little bit. So we'll see. We shall see. Very next roll again, and here is a 12-sided Canadian copper, 1986. Yeah, 86. Nice. That's 5 of those already. 82. I remember back when we were kids, probably around 1970-ish. I don't know what started the conversation. Obviously, it was something to do with music. But I remember one of my cousins I was with said, "I don't care what no Beatles says. There ain't no 8 days in a week." I got a pretty big kick out of that. With still a couple of rolls left to go in the first half, here is Wheatie, number 8. I went to 1945. Was that Philadelphia? Yeah, 1945 Philly. Very nice. Wheatie, number 8, and still in the first half. Pretty cool. Back when I was a teenager, probably not 16 yet, a friend of mine from down the road was hanging out, and I think we were looking at Mad magazines, and there was a section called Snappy Answers for Stupid Questions. And we browsed through them and chuckled. 82. And we got finished there and went outside, and I had my next door neighbor. He was a teenager, but I don't know, maybe 5 years older than us. And he happened to be painting his front porch that day. And so we said, let's try out this thing on him. So we walked over there and we put our hands behind our back. Is that another wheat penny right there? I believe it is. Ah, it is. Cool. 1953 Philly. Number 9. Wow. 9 wheats. And we're literally just not saying a word and just standing around and looking at him and looking at what he's been doing. 82. A couple of times he stops and looks at us like, what do you want? But he doesn't say anything. And so we just don't say anything for a couple of minutes. And I don't remember which one of us said it, but finally one of us broke the ice and looked at him and said, "Are you painting?" He didn't even know what to say. He just looked at us like we were crazy. And we just laughed and laughed and walked away. Oh, what's this? Oh my goodness. No way. I think I have finally got an Indian. Oh my goodness. I've been saying forever. I've been coin roll hunting for so long. I've gotten buffalo nickels. I've never gotten an Indian head penny, and it looks like I'm going to today. Oh my goodness. 1906. Wow. Wow. That is so cool. Look at that. That's a nice one, too. That's in pretty good shape. Golly. That's nice. You know, the penny before it, I saw that marking. I thought, hey, I got another Canadian. Cool. Folks, I have my first Indian head penny from cornrow hunting. Of all the boxes, look at this. I went through lots of boxes before I started keeping them. Oh, wow. That's fun. Man, that is so cool. I'll get that stapled into a 2x2 in just a little bit. Man, that's exciting. I'm pretty tickled. Phew, I can't believe it. Finally happened. I've had several of you guys write to me, said, you're going to get one day, you're going to get one. And, that was like, I don't know how long ago, and boxes keep going by. But I did. I got one, and here it is. Man, I'm pretty excited. Whew, that was fun. That was fun. I'm speechless. Just thought I'd show it to you again real quick. That is so cool. The very, very next row, folks, and here is wheat penny number 10, not to mention the Indian head. And I still have one row to go in the first half. Wow. So, what's going to happen? Am I going to get 3 in the second half? Will I get 10 more? Will I get 20 this time? Who knows? But I have 10, whether I get another one or not. And that's pretty cool. Man, this box is just fantastic. And I would even venture to say that so far I will be getting 3 pounds. I'm just going to go out on a limb and think that I will. Copper's been pretty good. Oh, another Canadian. 1971. 98% copper. Sure, I'm getting some good stuff here. Second row in the second half of the box. And there's Wheatie number 11. 1947, Philly. 11 wheat pennies. Pretty cool. I tell you. So I've probably mentioned it before that we try most every Sunday to have lunch with my mom. Me and my wife and my brother and his wife. Sometimes she doesn't make it, sometimes she does. And my older brother's, he passed, but his wife. And sometimes we'll get a few other people. My cousin who passed used to be there every Sunday. And another niece, a couple of nieces comes sometimes. So, it's a varying crowd, I'll say that. And a lot of times my wife tries to, fix the majority of the food. And sometimes we're just tied up and we just can't. And so we ask other people if they can provide that week. And my brother, he doesn't cook food. And his wife doesn't cook very often. And a lot of weeks she's tied up. She can't even come with stuff with her family. But my brother will frequently go to like Sam's and get rotisserie chicken, and then, or if there's a meat provided, he'll stop and get their barbecue baked beans, which are really good. And he brought them again to the baked beans today. We're like, oh man, bro, you just outdid yourself with these beans again. Yeah, I slaved over them. I stood in line for 2 or 3 minutes, and it's just an ongoing thing about him and his barbecue baked beans. Well, a funny thing just happened. While I was sitting there going through pennies, I kept getting these dings from my phone. I'm looking over, and it's from that Google Opinion Rewards. And I clicked on it, and it says no survey at this time. I'm like, what's going on here? And it did it again and again and again. And finally, I looked at it, and it said I was awarded like 50 cents. And I'm like, why? And it was for referrals. I'm like, what? And the only thing I can figure is, a few months ago, I was talking about how cool the Google Rewards stuff is, because you can use these rewards for lots of things. And, It only takes, just a few seconds to do they'll ask you, like, did you go here recently? And you'll put yeah, and did you buy anything? Yeah, and you'll get so much for it. And it adds up, and I use it for lots of stuff. And not very long ago, I kept getting this message on my phone saying you've used up more space in your Google space than you're allowed. And I'm going and deleting stuff, constantly fighting with that here recently. And then this thing popped up and said to buy extra space, it's a few dollars a month. And it says I use my Google Rewards money. So now I never get that problem anymore. I've got lots of space. And it just comes out every month out of my Google Rewards. And I usually get enough, little survey things in a month to make that much. And it's totally cool. I love it. It's just a neat little thing to me. Well, apparently, when I said something about it a few months ago, just today, I guess, or maybe, I don't know how it works, but just all of a sudden, boom, 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 I got 4 50-cent things from people that signed up on it. And I thought, well, that's totally cool. I didn't know how that works. I'd never referred anybody before. So anyway, I just thought that was really neat. And now, back with the program. This is my 7th Canadian copper penny, 1973. Good stuff. I took a little break, and my wife and I went out in the backyard and built us a little fire and sat around the fire for about an hour or so, talking about our plans for the week. We're still working on, oh, that's a nice one. We're still, in the process trying to get this new place, and there's just so much to do. So we were talking about what we're going to try to get done this week. The copper is good. I feel real confident I'm going to get my 3 pounds. Right at the end of a couple rolls later, and another Canadian, 1970. But quite a bit of Canadian I'm getting in this box too. Look, we found us a cute little pig penny. 1996. Is that Bahamas? Bermuda. Okay. Yeah, I've gotten one of these before. That's cool. I also got a roll or two back, a non-copper Canadian too. And I've gotten one 2009. And I got an Indian head penny. Oh, that's so cool. Oh yeah, the riddle. The riddle. What can go up a chimney down but can't go down a chimney up? Have you thought about it? Here we go. Here's the answer. An umbrella. It can go down a chimney. It can go up a chimney down, but can't go down a chimney up. Some of you probably already knew that. Here is another Canadian copper, 12-sided, 1985. Pretty good. This is the 15th row in the second half, and I still just have the one Wheatie, so I don't think I'm going to get 10 more. $82. Oh, look there. There's one. That's 2. Well, that's one better than 2. 1950. That's 12. That's still pretty cool if I don't get any more, but it's kind of funny how it does that. 82. Now 8 rows to go, and there's number 13. 1952. Wheatie. Wheatie number 13. Wheatie number 14. 1950. 14 wheat pennies in this box. That is, and the Indian. That's pretty fantastic. believe that, I'm going to weigh that. I believe it says 87 though. No, it's 81. It's copper. Cool. Copper pennies, 3.13 cents each. Is that great? Boy, it really shot up. That is really cool. Now 3 rows to go after this, and here is weeding number 15. That's not bad at all, is it? I'll tell you. We weigh that 83. It's zinc. So we were talking to my grandson about stuff we used to do. And me and my friends in my neighborhood, you know, when the fall would come, start getting cold, we'd put the bikes away. But then when you got ice or snow on the road, we lived kind of like at the top of a hill. We had, if you go down one way, you got a pretty good hill. Go down another ways, you got another hill. And we would get our bikes out on the ice and snow and get up as much speed as we could on the flat. And then when we hit that hill, as fast as we could go, we would slam on our brakes and just see how far we could go before we landed in a ditch. And it was just practically the Olympics. We loved it. Just seeing how far, you know, each person could slide, who had the neatest wreck. And, you know, that was painful sometimes, but it was just so much fun. And I don't see kids doing stuff like that anymore. I don't know. We just had a blast. That was a pretty interesting looking 83. Let's weigh it. My scales are already off. Zinc. You knew it was. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, folks, it's the last row. Let's see if we can get one more out of there. One more weedy would be cool. I got 15 though. I'm not complaining. And I got the Indian head. And I'm pretty sure I got 3 pounds. About the bike thing, I'll defend today's times a little bit. The riding your bikes down the snowy or icy road and wrecking it isn't something you really do in front of your parents. And parents can't hardly let kids out of their sight anymore because they get abducted. So I'll give that a little credit as to one reason why kids don't get out and get as wild as we did as kids. Parents have to keep a little bit closer eye on them than they used to. I still think parents need to be real careful to make sure they raise their boys to be men, 82, and the girls to be ladies. You know, you got to find something to do with your boys to make them masculine, because there's a lack of masculinity in the country today for sure. Because our media wants to talk about toxic masculinity. Ugh. That is it. We got 15 wheat pennies, which is totally great. Let's weigh the 82s, and then we'll see how much we got in today's copper. I can tell you right now it's over 3 pounds. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, over 3.5 pounds. That's cool. That's really good. Really amazing box of pennies today. 3.5 pounds of copper. We got 15 wheat pennies. Good handful of Canadian copper. Got foreign corn from Bermuda, and we got the Indian head. I'm so excited to get that guy. Man, it has been a long time coming. All right, we'll call it quits there. I'll add this to my copper box. It's just barely got, I think it's only got one other in it. It's got a long ways to go before it gets its 15 pounds and we seal it up. Okay, now that we have seen that we did get over the 3 pounds, which is great, we'll go ahead and add the 13 ounces that we got from the 14 rolls earlier. Trying to piece all that together. Okay, that's it for today. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching.